There it is.
Yo.
Talking tokens. I like the way
What's up?
John jumps into the scene.
Slide right
waiting
in.
for his cue.
Sliding right into the cut.
Ready to roll. Welcome. This is. I hear a little echo. What's going on with that? Who's echoing? Nobody. Okay, maybe
Is it for me? How's my
Might have been
audio?
you.
It's just in your brain.
Just it's good now. It's good now. Well,
Insane
welcome.
membrane.
Welcome to Simple Cryptocurrency, where you tune in and learn and listen and even communicate with us online while we're talking tokens on a Tuesday. This is episode 17, rocking and rolling through the year. It's flying by. My name's Adam M. Schwiller. This is my brother Mike here in the middle,
Hey.
point over there somewhere, and then really far over there with the 10X hat on is self-declared Simple Crypto John.
That's right.
Follow us on, we're on Facebook here, we're on YouTube, trying to build up our subscribers, trying to build up our subscribers. And
I think we should be getting on TikTok. What do you think?
Ooh, there we go. I think, John, you definitely are one to run the TikTok feed. So
there you go. No idea how to use that thing. I made a TikTok video like 2 years ago. It's pretty fun.
It's just a
like
little
short
10-second
clips, right? Yeah.
A little 10-second bit of your day. Yeah, I mean, just.
I think they allow like a minute-long videos now or something.
I think people would probably scroll past that in their in their TikTok reels, but unless it was interesting, there we go. We got one viewer. If you guys are on watching live, please make sure to comment, hit the like button, and we can see your comments here in our little StreamYard platform. If you're on Facebook, make sure you write your name before your comment so we can know who is talking to us. All right, cool deal.
So we got the
Alrighty.
for Bitcoin. What are we looking at price wise?
Yeah, let me boot
48,096.
Oh yeah, I got a little scroll it over. Yep, I got you.
Yep.
Got you right there.
And then Ethereum around 3,200.
I got it at the wrong price right now. What did I just put in there? That's wrong. That's too low.
Too low. We passed that level.
Too low. We too low now.
We too
Hold on, let me
low.
update that. I have it at 47,923.
Oh, maybe my thing right here didn't.
So big news of the week was obviously we hit 50.
Big milestone. 50 and then a little bit of correction here.
Yeah, and I think it felt like a pretty big down day, but I look back at we'll pull up our simple crypto draft, and we're still, our coins are up like 12% even from last week on a lot of those coins. So like it
Nice.
Dropped 7, or it kind of recovered a little bit by the end of the day, but yeah, the totally healthy correction right now, what we're seeing. So
yeah, needs a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, you can't have every day have 10%. I mean, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
No, unless you're ADA, right? I mean, just rolling.
Yeah.
Rolling. Well, even with ADA, it's a little bit down, you know?
Yeah. Hey, good time to maybe cost average in. I mean, we know the $3 price is probably soon coming.
So yeah, here we go. We got Bitcoin chart right here.
I love your squiggly line projection.
Yeah. I'll tell you what that was.
Just like it could go here.
Just a little bit of a recap of where we've been and where we're going. So obviously Bitcoin early of the year, for those who haven't been following it, peaked at 64,800. Had a pretty big fall off.
We're getting back there. Elbows in the mud.
Yep. Had
my way back.
Had about a month. I think it was about a month worth of just following this downtrend. Finally broke out here in late July, and it's looked really good ever since. Very, very strong momentum towards higher levels. And I guess this weekend, you can see the colored lines are the Fibonacci's for what we're looking at right now, it kind of approached. Let me put it in auto. We're approaching this upper Fibonacci here, right around 50,000. That's a pretty. I mean, people just see that, and it's like a obvious selling, just like a psychic. A mental block.
Yeah.
Mental, yeah. So like people just say 50, like, all right, I want to sell. So
that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, there's going to be, that's what I'm trying to say. Resistance there for sure. We actually drew this line back here. I don't know if you can see that still. We drew this 2 weeks ago. That yellow line there. From this point, we're like, well, what's it going to do? We thought maybe it's going to come up here, touch the fib line, and then even come back down here and fuck around for a little bit. And then make its way back up. So like that was our 2 week estimation from a couple weeks ago. This blue line was what I thought it was going to do just a couple days ago. And obviously, I thought it was going to keep hitting off this. Actually, like if you go to the daily chart, let me turn this off. I thought it was going to keep touching this, like the 21-day EMA. I think this is actually 20. No, 21. Yeah, 21-day EMA on the yellow line. And kind of just like wiggle its way up past to that Fibonacci and then blast off. But a little bit of correction, but still very healthy. I mean, we've seen so many coins this week have 12%. 16% gains.
Yeah, I mean,
the biggest one I saw was Wax. It was like 130%.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. That's like the NFT stuff, which is huge. NFTs are huge right now. Like Visa just bought like 150K like crypto.
Oh, look at that.
That's like the definition of a pump. And I read that it's because it got introduced to Binance. It's on Binance now.
So that's like a Coinbase effect, but it's like the Binance effect.
I mean, just a absolute massive. It was 117% day, I think, the day when I saw it, and then again like another 30%, and then it's dropped like a couple whatever. But
yeah, because people are gonna sell. Obviously, they're like, wow, this is like
yeah, the people that had it down here.
Gain. I just 100. So it's like, all right, I might as well.
Look up a loop ring. That looks like the same pattern as loop ring. That's LRC.
Really?
LRC.
I mean, you definitely see patterns in a lot of these things, so it's like.
Yeah, it literally did the same thing a few days ago.
Yeah,
maybe it was another one that had the Binance started exchanging it.
I don't know. Was there something new with Binance? Did they introduce a bunch of them at once, or?
I mean, I every now and then I see a couple new ones on like Coinbase, like 3 at a time. So it doesn't seem like that impractical, or maybe it's somehow tied to like, I don't know, what does Loop Ring do? I've never heard of that.
It says Binance is one of the best places to buy Loop Ring LRC. Yeah. Yeah,
so they probably just picked it up and then people were just like, oh, new coin, and then a whole bunch of cheap baby, 35-cent coin. You might as well buy.
Oh, apparently it says in other words, if you're holding 100 LRC, you'll be airdropped 100 LRQ and 100 LRN. I don't know what that is. So maybe people are also doing it because it's like
you get like a dividend airdrop.
The airdrops.
Yeah.
Well, those are the ones that are super volatile, and if you can find them, I feel like John will look at that in a little bit on your
your Luna.
Luna look good, right? Great.
Or your Audius.
That one kind of fell off a little bit since, Mike, but yeah, let's see here. Luna, I mean, this is from a week ago. You had like we were the 16th. What was last week? The 17th. So like right here, you had day after day after day of gains.
Damn, look at it go.
You've had a massive pump. But I mean, a lot of the other stuff is following the same kind of path. So like you look at obviously Cardano.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's like as Bitcoin goes, everything else goes.
Cardano is just bouncing off this 4-hour EMA line and just I mean, it's just running, hit all-time high of $3. Just massive. And this is, I think it's going to run up at least to this next fib line in this next little like mini pump. So 3.5 incoming very soon. And there's no resistance up above this. So just the sky's the limit. They have their smart contracts open up like September 12th, I think is like the day it's supposed to enable. So that's why a lot of this is, I think, hyped up right now.
Pumping now.
Yeah, I saw an article saying the number of Cardano millionaires went up by like 150 or 160% ever since the recent all-time highs.
Yeah, it's awesome.
A lot. That's like more than double.
So
Ethereum.
Oh yeah. Good.
I mean, obviously Ethereum's been making a lot of big moves, but it kind of it's been stalling pretty hard, like in this area, at least for
around
it
like
didn't
the
pump.
3,200 mark, right?
And
Yeah, I mean, it didn't pump with everything else. Like this is when the whole other market pumps. Like right here, it came up, but it
looks like it
didn't really.
tripped.
So I'm not sure, if people are. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why it's not doing the same.
I mean,
it doesn't have the same pulse.
Did they start the hard fork process? I think they did because they started burning Ethereum.
Yeah, they did for sure. And I guess maybe Ethereum had such a hard run up like before this week. I guess everything had to catch up to it. Maybe. I mean, obviously, look at this. You can't complain about that. Those first 3 weeks, once Bitcoin started recovering, like Ethereum got up real quick. So, maybe it's just waiting for everybody to catch up.
I mean, like the fear and greed index right now we're at 73. Yesterday it was 79 for greed. So everybody's like starting to get back to, believing in the market and spending and, no one's fearful. Like, oh, Bitcoin's falling, it's falling. What can, we're not sure.
Yeah, I mean, all the headlines coming out recently are all kind of positive notes, rather than like fear and all that nonsense.
Yeah, because you have like the government maybe talking about like, realistic regulations possibly, but I mean, we did have that one kind of piece that got pushed through in the infrastructure bill. I don't know. I haven't heard much on that since, but yeah, I mean. But yeah, as Bitcoin goes, the rest of the market kind of goes. So it just rides its coattail, and then we'll have the red days. Then we just wait for the 24-hour period, so then we see green again, and we're like, okay, we're happy.
Bitcoin blow up. The Bitcoin horn. All right, so let's get right. Any other coins? I guess we can get into our crypto draft, unless you guys want to peek at any other coins right off the top here.
Coins, because by that way we're like kind of just looking at other.
Yeah, I mean we can get back. Yeah, some of these coins we're going to want to look at are on our little crypto graph chart. So HNT I know has been just blowing up, like got right back up to. I don't know if that was a new all-time high. Yeah, it was.
Wow.
I think so.
Is that helium?
HNT, plus we had the halving.
So helium had some big days, 10%, 12%, 12%, new all-time high, and now it's kind of, dropped down with the market here today, but I expect that to just keep rolling. So that's a coin to look out for here.
Yeah. I mean, we were thinking like $100 HNT, but it's going to take a bit. But
what do you think are going to be the next breakouts?
I mean, it could literally be any coin at this point. It feels like all of them are just taking turns. Like my turn.
Yeah, we had some SIA action, so that was good to see. That popped up a little bit.
I saw today or yesterday, maybe. I guess
got back over like 2 cents, I think. But
so that yellow line. I'm not sure what that is. That might be like the line I bought in on. I just watched it fall.
Hey, you're about to break even here.
I know, yeah, just
feeling.
And then let's see what else.
Dogecoin, we've been talking about the yellow brick road. This yellow line, obviously, I've been using this as like a buy signal. Anytime it's below this yellow line, it seems like the markets are fresh for pickings. Every time it's above it, it seems like there's a pretty big sell-off, and it's been pretty consistent. So right now, it seems like a good day
to buy. It looks like
after today, after all the drowning, it's a pretty good time to buy.
Sure.
So we'll see if we see another you see how far this got away from the yellow line in the next couple of days. It was like whoop.
Bam.
So if it does that again, we're going to have a big boy day, coming up here in the next week or so.
Yep.
And get back here to about 0.38 on Doge, and then that means the market. It basically just it's just like a good, like Doge is up when the market's up, Doge is down when the market's down, and that kind of applies to a lot of the coins. But specifically, there's no engine, no development behind Doge, so it kind of just really follows the market. So I think this is a good way to like kind of just check, am I oversold or not? It's almost like a oversold indicator.
You think it's going to hit $1 this year?
This year, I think it's inevitably going to hit $1. I don't think it's going to hit $1.
I think it's maybe like 50 cents.
I think it could get back to its high of 75 cents, somewhere in there. Like if things work out, but
75 maybe. Yeah.
It just gets crushed too often to like sustain it.
Too many people that own too much of it can control the price by just manipulating it. So maybe until more people own it, then maybe that won't happen. But there's such a huge supply of it, so
I think there's a good shot of hitting $1 this year because the all-time high was 70 cents. $1 is not that far from it. It's just literally the next level up.
But just like how many people are going to be willing to like set, they realize all their gains, or But
once it was pumping again,
never say never.
Back.
Yeah, never say never.
Confidence comes back.
All right, so let me get into.
Plus, a lot of the dog coins are kind of, in a way, they're kind of like related to each other, right? Say like Shiba Inu gets listed on Coinbase, which they're going to here pretty soon. I feel like if Shiba Inu pumps because of that, things like Dogecoin, things like Keychain Inu, Doge token, like all those are going to pump also, just because they're they're all dogs,
Because they're all dogs. That's
yeah.
All right.
Dog pack. Gotta look out for your fellow dog.
Because they're all diggity dogs. All right, let me boot up our simple crypto draft.
I'm a bobber. Cool. What do we got here?
I need like a sound for our cryptocurrency draft. I need to figure something out. Bruh. All right. So these are prices as of like this morning or earlier today. So Mike, I'm going to need you to read off the new price. We'll update this today, right now.
All right, hold on. For mine or just for your, yeah.
I need everything. So right now I need Shiba. I need Solana, Selena Gomez, Theta.
Well, how about when you're looking up Shiba, I'll look up the next one, which is Solana.
Okay, I got Solana. Look up Shiba because I don't follow that.
I might have them all here on my little trading view thing too, so maybe it's easier.
Okay, Solana is at 70.78.
70.78. So 12% gains.
HNT 22.76.
Well, I need to go one at a time, like do John's coins. I'm gonna be all mixed up.
Is at 755.
Ooh, so that's going downhill.
Sliding a little bit.
Theta.
Theta is at $7.08.
All right, 5% gain, average gainer for the week. Terra Luna is your big boy.
$30.11.
29%. And XLM, that's at 35 cents.
Yep.
XLM 35 cents. Yeah.
So 5%. All right. So we got Ripple 1.1478, 8% gains. Matic at 1.4575. VeChain 12296.
12409. I got
Helium, you already, or no, we didn't. What is Helium at?
2270.
2274.
So that's 17% gains. Even it was higher earlier. So, and then Pirate, mate.
$4.15.
So that's
Not
your
much there.
that's your loser. Everyone's got a loser.
Yep. I should have just left that loser off, but
Yeah. All right, Cardano
273.
574. Okay, 42%. Blah blah. Ethereum 1375. Basic attention token. Wait,
83.
I spelled that wrong.
Basic is at 83 cents.
83. Okay, there we go. 16% up. Axis or Axie. That's at 73.352. 7%. And then audio
273.
Yeah, that was my loser. It was up for a little bit and then fell back down pretty hard today on the return. So, all right. So here's what we got. John's at $1,000 in profit, 986. Mike's just breaking even or breaking 1,000 exactly, 999,008 cents.
Yeah.
You can go to the dollar store or the dollar menu, get 99 burgers. And then I'm at 1,600. So Mike was winning all week. I guess your the Ripple hurt you today. Helium was up big time earlier for you.
Helium was up.
You had a lot of money.
More.
Yeah, your Ripple and your Helium killed you, or didn't kill you, but it brought you down.
Right. Were we able to move the amounts or no?
Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out a way to show how we could realize profit, and I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, screw it. So I still think we can. That's why I put the coin here. So your week 2 coin. So John, this is kind of a rule on the fly here. Do you think that we should be able to sell, basically extract profit and then sell? We'll show that coin sold, or you can shift values in your investment between coin.
I mean, we could. I just think it'll be too complicated.
Like right now, if you wanted to readjust your investment from, now you have 10,900, you could realize some of that profit, the ones that are positive at least, and shift it into a different coin. We just have to do the math to subtract.
What if we just said you can just shift the amounts around, and that would just change how much value you would gain or lose the following week? Does that make sense?
But does the percentage build on the week before? If you shift values now, it's going to change.
Yeah, then it doesn't really, I guess, affect on a week-to-week basis.
I mean, I can tell you it's easy as just to lock in what we have and just ride it all the way through.
Just run with it.
All right.
This is what we got. All right.
So
I tried to figure out a way to do it before the show, and my head was exploding. So it was like, how do you take profits, but then only take profits on some coins, and then show it, and then keep it, and then record it, and then move it, and then do it? I was like, no, too much.
Yeah, you're getting a little bit better than Microsoft Excel.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you do it. You just gotta have a complicated ass spreadsheet.
Yeah. All right. So then, yeah. If I just change this week 2 investment to a higher number or a different number, then I don't know, man, fuck it. We're done. Just screw it.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be able to get that.
Right now. So you're in first, I'm in second, and John's in third. Is that, or no?
Yeah. John is short of you by a couple dollars, but I mean, everyone's up 1,000 plus or just about. So,
Not bad.
10% in 1 week, and of the top or some of the top 15 coins, almost you couldn't pick wrong this week. It was hard to pick wrong, except for Shiba,
And they
Pirate.
were big for the last 12 hours.
Right. I mean, if we did this show, on
Everything.
Saturday, it would have been
Yeah.
like, holy moly, there's so much money flying around. All right. So that's cool. Simple Crypto Draft, week 1 in the books.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back here. I'm going to share my screen.
What do we got in the news right now?
Yeah, that's what we got. We got Visa just stepped into their first NFT, or at least publicly noted NFT. They bought one for $150,000 in ETH. It's a CryptoPunk.
Is that the one Paris Hilton's been talking about, or is that a different NFT?
I don't know.
I think Paris Hilton's been promoting an NFT. I think she even went on like one of those talk shows to talk about it.
She launches her own NFT. So no,
okay.
definitely not that one. But she's got her own. I don't even know what that
anybody can make them, so apparently.
NFTs have taken over my entire mind and soul. It's called a Crypto Hilton.
Great. She's a non-fungible token.
That's cool.
Interesting. But yeah. So they bought one. I guess they explained like, hey, Visa in itself buys all these things that are historically tied to, like the first paper credit card they have in like a museum. So this is what they're saying. Obviously, it's a PR stunt to just go buy one and then say we bought one.
Kind of bring into it.
But I mean, I think this particular one originally had sold for 40. No, it was. Where was that? I read it somewhere. It was like. It was like originally purchased for like $30.
$21.75.
Well, that was a month ago. Yeah, so like this guy just doubled his investment, but the original one was bought for like $30 or something.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like probably like the on-chain fees, to get it.
So $150,000. So Visa's stepping in. I think this is a big one.
MicroStrategy.
Yeah, Michael Saylor bought another $177 million.
That's $45K per coin.
Yeah.
Now they have 108,000 coins, almost 109,000 at a price of 26,769.
Right, his average Bitcoin price of 108,000 Bitcoins is 26,000.
Right, he's like doubled his money when it's at 50K. So
unbelievable. So another 177 million.
Like,
so he's still buying in.
That's like $2 billion profit.
Right. And so he's still buying in at 45,000. So that is just creating another bunch of demand, big base of even at 45. So strong buy signals all around. MicroStrategy stock price is up, basically follows the Bitcoin market. I think right here it's at like 718 right now. And it was at a high of 1273 back when Bitcoin was at 65,000. So obviously, if it gets back to 65,000, MicroStrategy is going to be up probably near that range again. Yeah. It's very closely tied to the performance of the Bitcoin at this point. So go get it. Let's see. This one I thought was interesting. Blockstream raises $210 million to acquire a mining chip manufacturer, Spoondoolies. And they're going to go make ASICs, Mike. So this is a new manufacturer trying to step into
new company.
Yeah.
That's always good.
So their goal is to basically step into the ASIC world and produce new mining equipment. So
Yeah, it was
I
just,
think
we're
that's
just
good
being,
competition. I mean, obviously competition on that front's good. It might make some different options for us to work with, but yeah, I think Blockstream,
US base, or were they, does it say where they're based, or
British
oh, British
Columbia, so
Columbia.
like
Oh,
Canada,
nice.
it's like Canada, right? Or
Yeah.
where's that?
Yeah. North America. So
Sweet.
So just
all
another,
right, that's cool.
another option there, another manufacturer stepping into the. Who knows how long it's going to take to get there? Okay, so it's an Israel company, Israel Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturer, Spoondoolies. Man, Israel always makes like these startups. Man, they're pretty good. Spoondoolies.
What are they making now? They at least have a cool website.
Yeah, right. I'm sold. I'm sold already.
Like, sell me it, whatever that is. I need it. 2 of them.
An SPX 36. I think I've heard of this before. Yeah, Dash.
Oh, Dash Miner. Huh.
Spoondoolies. Dang, look at that thing. Sits in a rack mount, like a rack, like a
Like a
42U. Yeah, like a server rack shape. That's cool. Only $7,000. You can mine Dash. 4,400 power. Wow. Sold out. But anyway, I guess they're going to be using them to rock and roll. So very cool.
Yeah.
Mike, you talked about this earlier, the market wrap for extreme greed. I think it's just kind of an overall extreme greed index.
You can just see where we're heading. I mean, everybody's kind of feeling good, and the train's chugging along and up, and
What is this?
you just
crap?
gotta just keep keep a watch. If you're gonna try to realize some of your profits, you could see where we were before, and then we just kind of had this like fall off, and then everybody was just like tucking their tail, and then now they're like, okay, capitulation, and they're like, oh yeah, we're back, everything's good, but
So
sell
we
the
can
rumor, buy the news, right? Is that how they say it?
So from September to this is kind of where the shit fell off right here. But I mean, I guess it could sit from here to here. That was like the huge run up, at least in the 2020, like 2021.
Right. Yeah.
At least part of it. So we're obviously pretty high right now. I mean, it's getting, obviously it can go up higher. It can kind of sit around and mess around for a little bit, but it's kind of a, not a direct correlation to price action, but yeah, it is something to think about. Obviously, very good buying opportunities down here when people are scared. And right now, everyone's gaining confidence. I think that's the best thing to get out of this is people want to buy in.
Right.
Well, it's basically that's pretty damn high. Like, how high can you get actually? Like,
well, I mean, you're at 79 out of 100. So yeah, I mean, people are confident, and then that means like everybody's just gonna be like, oh, it's just gonna keep going up, buy, and then that's when you're gonna get that like womp womp womp, like, and then everybody will be like, oh, I lost all my money, and then they're just like fearful again. So then you'll get these like bigger dips down.
Yeah.
But
ceiling is 100 and you're already at 80. Like, it's like, how much higher can you actually get? Like, I can't imagine it being like 90 or 95.
I mean, it could. Look back there. It's like greed. Like, so this whole year, remember everybody like from November, January, March. I mean, that was like for a while. It was just rolling.
Yeah, it looks like the max might be like 90.
Just about. So if everybody's like just chomping at the bit, it's like, oh, you better like kind of pull back a little bit and just be careful at sinking like 5, 10, grand at something all at one, crypto, because then it could just drop off, and then now you're underwater.
So I saw an Instagram post earlier that I'd like to. Oh man, it just went away. Fuck.
What was it?
It was basically stating the facts of. I'll have to try to find it again, man.
What was the gist of it?
It was stating the facts of like how many new addresses have been made in this first half of this year, and just kind of the price action. It was, I think, what it ultimately said. There was 500,000 new addresses made daily this year
For any
for
specific
Bitcoin.
coin?
For Bitcoin.
Bitcoin? Oh, nice.
500,000 new daily addresses, and it ended up being like, doing the math on that was like 58 million or something to that effect for the first half of the year. Just a crazy amount. And most of those addresses were made in January. Like the highest rate of new addresses was in January.
Wow.
The slowest rate was in June, which makes a lot of sense because Bitcoin was in the gutter. And then now it's picking up again. So like new addresses means new people, just retail getting in. And yeah, I mean, I think it was just, they were correlating new addresses to the price action.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those are like large corporations just making tons and tons of wallets for different purposes, like for allocating funds or whatever, I wonder how much of that is going
Are
on.
these like unique individual accounts or something like?
Right. Like, I don't know how MicroStrategy, manages their crypto budget, but I'm sure it's at like next level.
They probably have like a prime trust, or like, someone who's a custodial. They're like a bank, but for crypto, and then it's in cold storage, and they don't have to worry about it.
Right, but I'm sure they have like tons and tons of different wallets for whatever purpose.
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want $109
billion
Bitcoin on one wallet. You're just like, what was that password again? You're like, it's only like $4 billion.
A management system or some sort of system to manage all the different wallets and all the new wallets that they're making to put all the new coins into. So I wonder like how much of that is like automated through some sort of process where a computer program just like makes a bunch of wallets for this company.
Yeah, it just probably like randomizes them, and then it's just like, okay, we'll put some here, put some here. I mean, Bitcoin doesn't take up any room, so.
Did you guys hear about the recovery service that helped the man gain access to his Dogecoin wallet? Like it was 10 million Doge.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a retired truck driver locked out of his Dogecoin wallet worth 10 million Doge, worth $3 million at the moment. And he hired a recovery service, which basically is just like a professional guesser. Like I think they interview you and they say like, okay, what's your birthday? What's your Social Security? What are all the significant things in your life that like could possibly be your password?
Trying to like come up with the password.
Yeah, and they like figured it out like based on his fucking birthday or like some other wacko shit, and they were able to get into they unlocked his wallet through his. I think it was on his phone, and he couldn't figure out his like phone's password or something like that. Just unbelievable. But there's services that literally do that, so that's crazy.
I wonder how much did they charge, or like, it's like you just got 3 million. It's like we give you like we charge 3%, or is it like a flat rate?
I mean, I'm sure it's as much as they want because you wouldn't have it if they didn't do what they did.
Right,
so
that's what I'm saying. If you did like a 3%, 5%, or like
I'd say 10%. I'd say 25%. Be like you aren't even getting this if you. I mean, you have $0 if I don't do this.
Or like John, remember you posted the thing about the prisoner in jail, and it was like his crypto went up, appreciated, so then they had to like pay him the difference.
Right. Yeah.
So it was like a guy in Sweden jail or something.
This company it's called Keychain X, launched in 2017, and specializes in recovering lost crypto from mobile hardware and software wallets. In their last 6 months, it's recovered more than 100 wallets, primarily focusing on retrieving Bitcoin and Ether that's been rendered inaccessible. But they're basically saying, it's common opinion that 20% of Bitcoin is lost forever. And they're like, no, it's not. That's like they're like we believe Bitcoin are just waiting to be discovered, and that's like their like key phrase.
I mean,
so,
I'm sure they are if you know what to look for, and it's like that guy like who lost his drive in the
trash
landfill,
dump.
and they won't let him go like look for it or anything. It's like
so they're just passwords. I mean, you probably have to have a pretty simple password to kind of figure it out that way,
Well, yeah, I mean, most people probably don't do some crazy ass like X12 GX1.
Yeah, a lot of things, like especially banks. It's like, oh yeah, you got
special character, like
right. You gotta have a capital. You gotta
uppercase, lowercase, right? Number.
If you do the Chrome like autofill in password, like
it gives you all the good
just
ones,
one, that's a crazy one. Yeah.
Or I use like a password generator. You can just do that, and then you have to like have like you need to know the password that gets into your password keeper. And then that has all your crazy passwords in it for each thing. So then you can actually know which password goes where. But then you have to remember that password.
So, I mean, I guess the point is these people, I'm not sure how they do it, but I guess they try to interview and they just try to figure out and put it together. And
I mean, it makes sense because they'll be like, oh, it could be like your birthday and your wife's birthday and your anniversary all together.
Couldn't you just have done? Couldn't that guy just have had that same thought process?
I guess, but maybe not. Maybe you're just like you freak out and you're like, I don't know what it is. I've tried so many things. Like, I just don't want. I don't just do it for me. Some people just want it done, and that gives other people opportunities to be like, hey, capitalism, yay! Like you gave me a job because you're not willing to do it yourself. So I'll provide a service, and my service will be worth the money, and pay me in crypto.
They probably have some sort of software, but because they interview you with like some kind of narrowed down keywords or narrowed down numbers,
enter those into this thing, and then it's going to like random generate and then just try. It's like a program. They probably design their own program, and then
it says custom software that's 1,000 times faster than common tools when retrieving keys.
Well, there you go. So then they probably just like sandblast it, kind of just like just throw all these different things at it, and then it's just like, all right, fine, you know what, I'm opening it.
But if it's like say it's your iPhone, if you're trying to guess your iPhone's password, like wouldn't it lock it out after the 5th try? Like they can't just bombard it.
You have to wait 1 million seconds. Yeah.
Right. So like they must only have so many guesses. They can't just guess unlimitedly. So I don't know. I wonder how they like come up with the one that this is the one we're gonna try.
Hopefully we don't get there, or as people were discussing earlier, like having a transaction where you send it to like a wrong place, or like, oh, you can't, send it on the Ethereum chain. You have to send it on the Binance Smart Chain. Like,
so that was Lauren. Yeah, Lauren on our group. So what happened there? So he was trying to send Polygon, but he had a layered wrong, like it was on Ethereum token as opposed to the native Matic token or something.
Yeah,
I guess so.
Yeah, I think if you open up Trust Wallet, it shows Matic twice, and one of them is the Ethereum. What is it? ERC20. The other one is the Matic network. So you got to be careful. What you're sending it to. You always got to double check.
Hopefully it wasn't a lot of money.
I don't think it was. He stated a certain amount.
Right. Even to like new addresses, maybe just send like a little bit just to like see. It's like, okay, it went through.
Yeah, I lost some Theta tokens a few weeks ago. I was using Simple Swap. I was swapping a few tokens into some Theta. So the issue was the recipient address. Instead of typing in my Theta address, I typed in my Ethereum address. And how that happened was I had my Theta address in the clipboard of my phone. Like I copied it, but instead of pasting it, I used the autofill from that form, and I didn't realize I autofilled instead of pasting because I did it on my phone. And
kind of a similar thing, but it was just like, so that one was, you've already had used that Ethereum address before.
right. Yeah. So I had to do some tracing. I was like, where the fuck did it go? Like, what is this address? This address looks familiar. I think it's mine. So I went through all my coins, like, oh, okay, so this is my Ethereum address. Oh, okay, so this is what happened. Like the freaking autofill like pulled one on me, you know?
See, that seems it seems like they could find a way to like reject that when it happens. Like obviously that's an Ethereum address. It's not the same combinations of letters that match the native token.
Right. I mean, Ethereum's like 0x blah 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 blah. Right. It's like
right.
This
it's very clear
that way. Like
shouldn't the blockchain just reject it and be like, we cancel this?
Right. Like this is like wrong. Not like wrong format. Like just reject it. Right. Yeah.
Well, I think the format works because I think Theta is a token of Ethereum.
Oh, so then the ERC. So then it did kind of accept it on that regard. Right?
The issue is I sent Theta to Ethereum. I think it's somehow recoverable. I just gotta like log into their mainnet with the private keys. I haven't done it, but I think it is recoverable.
Because you can show that it never actually sent anywhere. Like
it sent it went in there, but it's not an Ethereum wallet. I sent it to, I was sending Theta to what I thought was a Theta wallet, but it was an Ethereum wallet. So it's like compatible because they're both ERC20, but it just wasn't. It was to an Ethereum wallet instead of Theta, but it is recoverable. You got to jump through some hoops.
Yeah, I would hope like they find a way to protect people from themselves with those kind of things at some point. Like there's got to be a way to.
I mean,
it's super nerve-wracking sending large amount of crypto. I know it's nerve-wracking sending large amount. You could have one little stupid typo and it just.
You can. I mean, you just have to double check. You know, measure twice, cut once, sort of deal. I mean, you're bound to maybe make a mistake, but just pay attention to the details.
I think as long as
don't rush it.
The first 4 digits and then the last 4 digits, you should be good.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's what usually like Coinbase will show you, or like, I always look. I'm just like back and forth. I'm like, okay, that's right. I was like, all right. I even have an address saved that I'm like, I don't trust that address. It was like,
I mean, like from nice hash to BlockFi.
Old one, but I should send it to the new one.
Yeah, from nice hash to BlockFi, I don't check it anymore. Like it's just coop. It's gone. I don't even look.
Right, or anything from like Swan to anywhere. It's like you just know it's going to go there.
But yeah, we just sent a pretty large payment, and I read every single digit, wrote it down, saw the digit, like wrote it down. Like, I mean, it's just that's scary to send anything higher than like.
It is.
Remember
when I got to 5 Bitcoin from BlockFi, I was like, all right, I'm going to send it. But I was like too scared to even send it. I was like, what if I mess this up? I was like, I'm just going to send 5 Bitcoin into nowhere.
Into the oblivion. And then they're like, pay it back. And you'll be like, well, you see the way my blockchain works.
The way my blockchain works.
See the way my wallet works, right, is you got to actually send it
but
to
I did try to move it, and then they took it back. So it's like, if I did try to move it, would it have actually moved? Blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. Move it while you can.
Lesson learned.
All right, Mike.
I heard about some project that's trying to change the whole the way that we send to addresses, so that it wouldn't be a long string of
numbers.
Yeah, I think I don't know if you're talking about the same one, but the one we had talked about before was like people have domain addresses. Basically, it's like
like a name or like a
it's like emsh.com. Send it to emsh.com, and then it somehow figures it out that it's going to your you've registered your wallet to the emsh.com. So all you have to share is your like domain, basically. Oh, John's stuck.
He's sleepy. Oh, he's back.
You guys there? I can see you guys.
We're getting every other frame of you.
A little bit. Yeah, you're better now. You haven't gone squiggly today, so that's good.
Yeah, you haven't done Transformer.
I'm using my laptop.
Ah,
Yeah, my phone's right here.
the
Okay,
Transformer
nice.
phone.
Um,
Yeah, you hadn't gone squiggly, but your Wi-Fi must be a little shoddy.
Little choppy.
But yeah, John, I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but was that what you're talking about? Like the domain thing where you get your domain and or something to that effect, where it's just like a simple, it's like a username.
Yeah, it was something like that. I don't know if that's
It's
the same
like-
project or not, but
Yeah, it's
but
like
yeah.
you have like a Venmo name kind of user name.
I mean, it makes sense to be able to shorten it, and if just more people are going to feel confident. Like we've done it plenty of times now, and we're still like, like we still doubt it a little bit, but
I mean,
maybe just make it that much easier just to say, yeah, send it to, like just a short nickname or something, and then it just goes there.
I think what you were saying earlier, Mike, is like if it's a big transaction, send a little test money, send like $1.
Yeah, I
And then
mean,
just
it couldn't hurt.
see if it. Hey, did you get it? Okay, I'm gonna do that again.
Right, I got it. Okay, then now.
And then you pay your mortgage with your 72 Bitcoin. After
Yeah, I mean,
you've done that or something like that.
It is immutable. You can't maybe get it back. You can't stop it, but you can confirm it. So that is any Joe Schmo can just send something and say, oh well, there it is. 50 confirmations on the block.
Yep. Yeah. What else is on the news?
Whoa.
I think I heard something about USDC saying that they're going to make sure that they had enough reserves for all of their stable coins by September.
You were saying USDC?
Yeah, I think they said they were going to make sure they actually had enough reserves.
Oh yeah, they're back dollar for dollar.
Yeah.
Don't they? They don't already do that. You think they're not technically?
I don't think any of them do that.
You don't think they're balanced?
I thought Tether was, but maybe not.
I
And
think
they
they're
stopped
supposed to
printing
be.
Tether for a while.
Yeah, I think they claim to be, but I don't know if they actually.
Yeah.
It's like the bank. Have all your money.
I thought we had read an article that they weren't just using the dollar; they were using other assets, to kind of fill it. But they had enough in something to meet the reserve. I mean, that's the whole point, I thought. And that's also the drama around Tether, I think, is it's, if they found out that
if
they weren't.
Didn't, they're like, wait, you only have $1 trillion and you're saying you have 4 trillion, then it's like, does the value drop?
Right. So they better got that.
So look, we had that huge spike, and then we had the drop in a couple days from Monday in Bitcoin hash rate.
So we were talking to someone, John. We met someone a distributor of one of the miners that we're trying to get, but he says that he knows a guy in California that guy knows the vice president of InnoSilicon, which is one of the main brands of mining equipment. And that guy has 7 megawatts of mining equipment over in China. But anyway, they were saying this recent hashing, debacle in China that we just went through, that where everyone turned their hashing off. Yeah, they turned the power off and they were banning it, but they were just basically just forcing the miners to pay more. We have your power. You don't get it until you pay more money. So they basically just shut it down and said, okay, agree to pay. So it was almost like a labor union, saying, no, I'm not going to give you the power. So there's miners coming back on in China. A lot of people left, but that was I hadn't heard that part of it. And this is kind of insider knowledge from the guy that has equipment over there, which is kind of cool to hear about.
So they're just strong arming them to pay more.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're using all this power, but I'm selling it to cheap farm people. You're making tons of money off of it. I want you to pay more.
Well, that's your fault. You don't know what to do with your power, apparently. Because most of the power plants are I'm not selling my power. I'm using it to mine Bitcoin.
And I think China I think they said they're not giving hydroelectric power to miners now.
Yeah.
They're not.
Yes, I thought they shut more hydro miners down, unfortunately.
Yeah, so there's a lot of mixed signals going on there, but that was just interesting to hear that like they basically just strong-armed them into paying more, which is
Just
doesn't
more
surprise
FUD,
me.
and we've survived all the other FUD. So I mean, at this point, it's like what's really going to affect us that much?
Yeah, and what was this like big old spike? We went from like, I mean, I guess this is only a 1 month timeline. So
Someone
probably
like
not.
fired up all the miners in their shed. They're like, fire them up! Like, all right, here
They're
we
like,
go.
wait, you didn't start it yet, did you? It was like,
Right?
no,
Yeah.
turn it
And I was
off.
like, no, turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off! It's coming.
I mean, yeah, they went from 110 to 180 ectahash. That's a
Right.
lot.
But then a lot
And
of
then immediately
machines.
back down.
Maybe that's just like a test. Maybe someone's like, all right, let's see if we can run these.
Pick it up.
Right? Be like, oh, wait, can't support it. That's way too hot.
Way too hot. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Bitcoin hash going up though. We all know that's
Because usually
a good
when
sign.
we just see it all going up, that's positive. We're going to see the price of Bitcoin rise. It's good for network security. People are firing up their machines or keeping them going.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Cool.
All right, let's check to see if we have any comments. We got 1 like on Facebook. Thank you very much.
All right.
Nice. Where's the? It's a nice. It's a nice. It's a nice.
He says what?
Oh, that was not it. Wow, this
Was
my
it a like
computer
or
is like. It says a like. 1 Facebook like by Ashley Betcher. Thank you, Ashley. We hope your Civic is doing well. And had a couple
Maybe we
viewers
should get the new
today.
Type R.
No, say what?
Maybe we should get the new Type R coming out.
Yeah, I saw another render of it. Looked
Not
not
with
so good.
Bitcoin.
That's a good deal off of ADA.
Yeah. Or off of it. There you go. Yep.
That's what I want. I'm John. I took some money from. I got paid to fix my. We had siding rip off the house on like a couple weeks ago, and so I'm like, I had an insurance claim, got the money from the insurance. I had the guys come in tomorrow to fix it, and I got to pay them tomorrow. But I had the money for like 2 weeks early, while they were like waiting to pay it. So I put it into ADA. Made like $600 off it while it's just sitting there, and then I'm gonna sell it probably tomorrow to pay him, and then hopefully pay him with my Coinbase the debit card and get rewards back. So
1%
Nice.
yeah, you gotta use the tools in your bank.
Yeah.
And I just made money off cash that was just sitting there doing nothing. So
Yeah. Not a bad idea.
yeah, I like it.
As long as it's not during correction.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't drop. I'm like, oh, I gotta pay for my siding now.
Right. Now you have nothing, but yeah, it almost
Like
paid
that-
for itself. So that was a good
Like,
move.
it's like, can I pay you back in 15 days when Bitcoin's back?
Do you take cryptocurrency? Like, do you know what this is gonna be worth? Like, come on now. Like, you owe me money, apparently.
Oh, and I just got a freaking. Where's this at? Got
Oh,
caught.
ticket.
Speeding
DC.
ticket in DC.
Oh,
Just
man.
got
Where
that
was
today.
the street?
It was on Capitol Street, so I guess like straight down the main road.
Okay.
37 and a 25, like barely speeding. Barely speeding.
You can't escape those lights.
I know, freaking DC.
You can by
man.
now going down there, but I guess you gotta probably go down for business.
It's $100, so that's my first one I've ever gotten a captured speed camera. But man, that's
You just gotta slow down where the cameras are. Like it's funny, like you can see what people are doing with the traffic. Like they'll be going like 50 and a 35. Then once they know where there's the camera, they'll just like slow down for like a hot 5 seconds. They'll just speed back up again.
well. I mean, I think I know like where I normally go, like go into K Street and stuff. I usually know where they are there, but I think this was in a different. I had to go further up in DC where I didn't usually go, and I don't know. I guess I just got a new exhaust, so I was probably testing out my noise, my sound. Bastards. All right, well, this was good chatting. Let's hope for more green to come. 50K. I'd like to have it print a 50K banner on this episode next week. And thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share, all those things. Help
Make
out
noise for the algorithm.
We need more followers. We're still on the road to 500. I think we're at 416.
I think we're at like 4. Yeah.
It's 416. We hadn't lost anybody. Hadn't gained anybody from last week.
All right. We're holding tight.
It's baby steps. Baby steps. John wasn't a transformer this week, so that's also good too.
Yeah.
All right, episode 7 in the books. Until next time.
17.
That's what I meant. 17. Episode 17 in the books. Until next time.
Until next time. Play from a position of strength. And don't
hit the music here.
Here comes the money.
Double.
Double time. 5 by 5.
Adios.
We live. Peace out.